I'm here because I oppose practically everything Governor Scott is for, but I'm particularly upset about his purge of the voter rolls. It's a naked plot to cut down on potential Democratic voters, and I think it's one of the most undemocratic things. I grew up in Florida, and I remember the days when blacks were kept off by having to read lengthy things on the Constitution and then being given an examination nobody could pass. And this sounds to me just like the way it used to be back in the 30s when I grew up in Florida.
On the list, and there's about 1,500 people in the Miami area, over 50% of them were Hispanic. So
I haven't heard one of Rick Scott's policies that I agree with. He probably has some, but I haven't figured out the ones I agree with because he's got so many I disagree with.
What's the worst?
What's the worst? Not allowing people to, not wanting to legally allow people to vote if he doesn't like them, is what the way I word it. I'm sure he wouldn't word it that way.
Something similar to this happened in 2000 with voter suppression with Jeb Bush in the 2000 election. It's kind of eerily similar in a way because it was a national presidential election, and like before that, there was some shenanigans. I think I could call it shenanigans with the felon rolls.
We should be doing everything possible to help register people, not to keep them off the rolls. I think it's an undemocratic travesty that prisoners are not given the right to vote after they've served their time and theoretically worked off their obligation to the public after their jail sentences. But Scott and most Republicans don't seem to agree with that. Their notion of democracy and mine are rather different from each other.
I just finished my senior year of high school, and I'm going to college in the fall. I previously volunteered with OFA, which is Organizing for America, Obama's re-election campaign, and it focused on re-registering voters in Sarasota area who had been purged from the records. I'm still 17, but I will be 18. I'll be 18 for the November elections, and I know who I'm voting for. I'm excited because I feel like I'm needed here. You know, it's not going to be a landslide. I know that for sure. There's going to be a lot of political divisions because there have been since the race started. So I know that I'm important, and I know that the people who I've registered to vote are equally important. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope they are too.